it's not all about planners. Maybe it's time to hear something from the hotelier's perspective. And to do that, we're speaking with Chandra Allison, Vice President of Sales, Venetian Palazzo and Sands Expo Convention Center.
Yep.
Did I get it all in?
Yes, you did.
Terrific, welcome. I think that planners could benefit from hearing from the hotelier's perspective in a number of things. Maybe the first thing of which is, how's the business? How's it look in the next 12, 24 months from your perspective?
Yeah, we've actually seen a really big increase in the group volume, and we're really happy with that. If we look forward, I think the group pace is a really good indication of what we are seeing in the corporate and association world. We're very, very happy with the numbers, and that's a good indication that business is coming back.
Are there any differences, shorter durations or getting shorter lead times to book, or is business basically like it used to be before the recession?
No, definitely not like it used to be, that's for sure. A lot of things have changed.
Right.
We're seeing a lot short lead times. People's booking windows that used to be 6 months out, 12 months out, even multi-year deals are shortening dramatically. We've seen pieces of business at our hotel. We're a 7,000 room hotel, and we've seen groups that are 25,000 room nights come in and they're booking 60 days out, 90 days out, very short lead times because they've got to expend their budgets and they want to get messages out there to their salespeople or whatever that initiative is coming down. So lead times have definitely been decreased quite a bit.
And you know, it's an interesting food chain because planners are under pressure to plan quickly and with less lead time, and it just cascades down. What does that mean to you from your perspective with those shorter lead times? What does that do to the hotel's operations?
Yeah, we've had to change quite a few processes to make sure that we're keeping up with the demands of our clients, how fast our contract process happens, how fast we turn things over to operations and they're connecting with our customers. Everything has become expedited for the internal operations of the staff. So we've had to change a little bit in our process just to keep up with the way the clients have evolved.
Although this may have happened for the wrong reasons, do you think it's driving an improvement? I mean, the fact that you can do things so quickly, is that a good thing, or would you like to get back to the way it used to be?
No, I think it's made us have to think a lot differently. I think it's made us have to become more efficient, and I think those are all really, really good things. You know, when business was really good, things were great, and we kind of, not to say that we sat back on our laurels because it's a very, very difficult business that we live in, but it's made us have to think really a lot differently, understand what our customers' needs are, understand what the objectives are that they're trying to achieve, and adapt to those a lot more quickly.
So maybe it happened for the wrong reasons, but maybe potentially we all learned something, how to operate differently and possibly better.
Yeah, I believe so.
And at the same time, the strains on the hotel have dramatically changed due to technology, I'm guessing. I mean, being able to provide and anticipate technological infrastructure needs, and is that true from your perspective, from just speaking about your hotels?
Yeah, we've listened to our customers. We've heard a lot about increased bandwidth, increasing our infrastructure within our building. And so we've got an initiative in place right now where we're looking at all of that and how we adapt to those customers' needs. We do trade shows up to 45,000, 50,000 people. And so the limits of the building have really been stretched. So we're investing back into our own property to accommodate those needs of our clients.
One of the common problems everyone who works with RFPs talks about is, I get an RFP and I don't understand exactly, all I know is what they've told me, I don't understand the context. So is that a problem for you as well, that you get an RFP and...
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen a huge influx in leads since we've gone to this electronic RFP system. And so it's planners, because I think they have had to consolidate their efforts and have had to get out as much information as possible and as much information back in a very short period of time. And so they send out a lot of leads to a lot of properties to try and get that information quickly. And with that, the lead volume has been very, very difficult to keep up with. We almost can't even staff appropriately to keep up with the lead volume and to turn that around in a short period of time, which planners really want for us to do, is turn around in 3 hours, turn it around inside of a day. But because of that amount of lead volume, it's been very, very difficult for us to staff accordingly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to put the Venetian on the spot, because I've heard this from a number of hoteliers, that the third-party lead providers and all else that's going on, the volume of leads is unbelievable, and somebody's got to make a judgment. Is this a fishing expedition? Is this, I mean, how do I apply my resources to that? So all of you are going through the same thing, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't think it's just our problem. I hear it time and time again from a lot of my industry peers. and we can't keep up with it. So what happens is it becomes a self-selection process where what's the priority and what's not the priority, and that's unfortunate because I think we may miss out on a lot of real great opportunities. So that's something that we struggle with and that we're trying to really figure out.
So what should planners infer from that? That if they don't hear from you, maybe because there's just so many, or you can't possibly keep up with all the requests?
It's helpful if they can try and either if it's take a call from a salesperson to try and qualify a little bit more, or
you're right, because some of these RFPs come in, they don't even want a phone call, right? Just answer, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're absolutely right. A lot of them don't even want a phone call back. What we've tried to do to at least get ahead of that, so they know we're working on it, is put in a call or an email within the first few hours of getting the lead, just to say, I'm here, I'm working on your lead, but it's going to take me a little bit of time, or if I can follow back up with you and just ask a few more questions, just so they know they're not being left out and not responded to. That response back from a customer would be extremely helpful. And maybe you give us more information in the initial RFP if you're not willing to take the call or something to that effect. That would be helpful as well.
Are there any FAQs that you get from planners that you'd like to share with us? And what's the number one question you get, or number two question from planners about that you hear over and over again, or complaints?
Yeah, they're still really being pushed time and time again to provide value for their own company, and it's still about discounts. It's all still about the price, value. Yes,
exactly. We talk value, but it's about price.
Yeah, and that a lot of times it's about the rates and the bottom line. And for us, that's a challenge sometimes because we do have such an amazing offering. We're at the top end of the spectrum from a luxury property, where we have so much to offer that. Rate sometimes is where we try not to go because we can provide the whole picture, and that's something we hear time and time again. As the hotels, we're trying to grow our RevPAR. We've seen across the nation that RevPAR is growing and rates are growing, and that's still something that they look to Las Vegas to provide a great deal, if you will, or to provide the lowest rate.
Chandra, thank you so much.
Thank
It's been
you
great
very
talking
much.
to you.